Recording. There's my red light. Okay, guys, so welcome to the March 3rd webinar for the Shanghai Life Coaching Collective. I'm very happy that you guys were able to join. We have a different sort of webinar than we usually do. As you know, each month we have a particular, I say, coach who will come in and not just share their experience, but teach us a lesson. This month, however, we're doing things a little different because we are in at the end of the first quarter in March. We want to have a checkpoint for some of the goals that we talked about doing. As you know, we're a group of coaches who are in various uh, who are in various I guess you can say situations as far as where they are in their life coaching journey. So we want to make sure that for new coaches, new experienced coaches, or aspiring coaches, we give them support and give them the motivation to continue with their goals. So it's March the 3rd, and we're going to get forward here. So we have a very brief schedule for our webinar today. As we always do, we're going to start out with who we are. What is the Shanghai Life Coaching Collective? Why did we start? What are our goals? Then again, we're going to go into our member and collective goals for Q1. We do have a page that has the goals submitted either online or offline by the vast majority of our coaches. So we want to talk about those. Also, we're going to close the call with our next event details. We do have our next coach is going to be speaking in April, already confirmed. And then, of course, how to contact and join the Shanghai Life Coaching Collective, which all of you already know because you all have already joined. As we go through this, as we always do, please stop, ask any questions, and share any information that you want to. So our first collective meeting was held June 7th of last year. And this came from a number of us coaches who had completed a coaching program either recently or years ago. We had a need and desire to spend time with more coaches. We came up with what we call a very I would say organic mission. And that mission was to really actively teach, learn, and support member coaches while promoting life coaching. And it's very important that we not just teach, learn, support, but promote life coaching. Even though we're all in this, what I call this life coaching arena, life coaching area, we know that a lot of people really don't understand what life coaching is. And we want to make sure that when we talk about life coaching, we are promoting the proper and the most realistic view of life coaching. As we know, we're not therapists, we're not doctors, we're not shrinks. We want to make sure that we're promoting life coaching in the most positive way. Now, our member coaches are aspiring, new, or experienced coaches. Aspiring means, you know what? I have an idea. I want to get into life coaching. I might not know what life coaching is, but I'm interested. I want to start doing some more understanding and learning about that. New coaches, and it's interesting. I call new coaches anybody who has started to understand how to be a life coach. What I mean by that is you don't have to have completed a certification program to be a new coach. You just have to understand the principles of coaching and know how to conduct a good coaching session. And then experienced life coaches, those coaches who have been coaching clients for a number, have X number of hours underneath their belt and are confident in their coaching. And that might be one of the main differences between a new and experienced coach, that level of confidence. The coaches in our collective are eager to support other life coaches, eager to learn from other life coaches, and again, actively promote life coaching. It's very important that we do support other life coaches. You know, Sheila, as you're going through your program, I know there are several ways that we can support and help you. You know, I think about when I was going through my program, not just my program, when I finished my program, and what sort of support I needed. So I'm looking to give that support back as well. And also to learn from life coaches. One of the things that I try to avoid doing, I try to avoid doing too much research. What I mean by that is I like to do my own research, but I also like to go to people who have done what I'm researching and get their feedback as well. So also being open to learning from other life coaches, and again, promoting life coaches. The focus areas of the collective are really two-sided. I'm going to start with the coaching. We all know coaches love to develop the skills to help solve clients' problems. Most of the coaching programs out there are focused on helping coaches develop those skills. As you develop those skills, you're also developing your confidence. We want to also look at the business side. This is a business. So we want to look at what are some things we can do to really make sure that we have a sustainable business that's consistently obtaining clients. So this is who we are, Shanghai Life Coaching Collective. We're actually growing. We're growing week to week, month to month. Now we do have some challenges, quite honestly, getting folks to join our webinars. But as far as being active in the group, we do have a number of coaches who are active in the group, and we are growing. So we hope to continue to grow, and we'll talk about, when we get into the goals, we'll talk about what we're doing to help get our coaches more active in the collective. Okay, so we're going to go into our 2020 goals. So what you're seeing here, if you were with us in January, you may have seen some of these already. We have a number of of goals that member coaches are going after. We have accreditation and certification goals for many of our coaches. We also have coach goals for the Shanghai Life Coaching Collective. Now, what I want to do is I want to focus on a couple of things here, guys. This is not a coaching call, right? So when we look at getting support and feedback, don't try to coach, right? Just give some real good feedback, and on these 3 questions we have. And the goal here is to look at how can we help each other really go forward in our coaching goals. So we have 3 questions here, and because we only have 3 of us here, I'm going to ask you guys just to give a little brief intro. You guys know who I am. I've talked with both of you guys one-on-one. So if you don't mind, can you guys just do a brief intro so the coaches know where you're coming from when we start getting into the goals?
Okay, maybe I could start.
Thanks, Luba.
All right, my name is Luba. I'm currently based in Guangzhou, and I'm going to take my PCC exam in mid-April. So that's one big goal for this year, is to finish all the hours that I currently don't have for my PCC yet. I am an executive coach, and I'm enrolled in a team coaching certification program, which I'm also hoping to complete within 12 months. And my third big area is that I'm a coach trainer. My company delivers ICF accredited coaching course in Guangzhou and online. So making progress towards all these 3 goals is important to me this year.
Thank you, Luba. And I'm going to ask you to go over these 3 questions in a moment. Sheila, how about yourself?
Hi, I'm Sheila. Thank you, Colin, for creating this platform and helping the coaches, the new coaches like us. So my goal for this year, first let me tell you that I'm an educator, I'm a teacher and examiner, and now I'm going for coaching because I think both these fields go parallel. So my goal for this year is to complete my certification, that is IFC accredited coaching course. And I want to have I want to be a confident coach by the end of it, or maybe in the coming few months.
All right. Thank you, Sheila. And because we're on you, I'm going to ask you to go into these 3 questions specifically, right? You said a few things I want to address, but I'll ask you to go through these questions one by one, and then I'll give you some feedback.
Okay. Okay. Okay, the status, as you say, yeah. It's ongoing. It's ongoing. And life coaching goals, yes, of course, I'm trying to establish my business in that. But before I do that, I mean, it's very important for me to be confident in this field.
Right.
Yeah. So once I get started, I will, kind of feeling confident in that. How can we help you to stay on track or to get started? Okay. As you said in that message, so I was very happy to hear that if I get practice in this field, I'll be, first of all, I get started and I'll get to know that I'm reaching somewhere, or, I'm on my way.
Right.
And how are you helping other life coaches to reach their goals? Okay, so here also some of my classmates, I'm helping them, kind of having some practice classes or practice sessions. So we are helping each other, for example, like being coach for someone or being client for someone. So this way I'm helping my classmates, because I'm not in touch with most of the coaches, but if there is anything, I would love to help.
Yeah, doing some peer coaching. That's great. So I want to go back up to number one, right? Because he said a couple of things that I want to just talk about for a moment. The first one is for this year. You said by the end of the year, you want to complete your certification, right? Now, I assume your program is about what, 26 weeks?
Yeah, it is 26 weeks. So I'll probably finish it in like May. It'll
May.
complete in May. Yeah.
Okay. And then, so my math may be off, but then you have 7 more months. So from May, what will you have left to do to get your certification?
As soon as we finish our assignments, submit them, and do a final exam,
Right.
I think we are close to that.
Okay. So I'm just curious because you mentioned you want to do this by the end of the year as opposed to mid-year.
No, I didn't say end of the year. I said that within like a few months, maybe
Okay.
4 months from now or 6 months from now.
Great. Because I think, once you get that certification, and even before you get it, as I mentioned earlier, doing some peer coaching can really help you, because you mentioned building the confidence. I think, and Luba, maybe you can add some input here. I think it's possible to build your confidence now, right? While you're doing some peer coaching, as opposed to waiting for a time and just say, okay, now it's time to build a confidence. I think the more you know and the more you have some practice coaching, your confidence just starts coming up. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's true.
Okay, and what I can do is, if you want to start having some peer coaching sessions, right, with me, I will definitely like to help you do that. And I'll tell you, I think I'm a very good, a very good practice client, because when I work with new coaches, I don't come. And it's funny because Sasha just joined, and Sasha was one. I guess you can say when he was going through some of his hours, I was a peer coach for him as well. I'm a fairly easy client, right? So with real life coaching issues. So my only request is that you actually help me reach my goal. But I'd very much like to be there to help you with some coaching hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
sure.
so when do we start?
When you say.
No, it's when you say. Right? Right?
Okay. So you mean to say in this session, right?
Well, I
Or
mean,
maybe,
go ahead.
okay, right now?
Well, not today. What I mean is, I think as far as setting up a coaching session after the call,
Great. That would be great.
we can communicate. So by the end of tonight, we'll have our first session scheduled.
Great.
Yeah. And if you need some other hours, please just go to not even hours, because not an hour thing, but more experience. Just go to the collective group, man. We have coaches there that will definitely help you.
Okay. So how to get in there? I mean, I'm not in that group, and I don't have any kind of QR code for that.
You're not in that group? Wait a second.
I'm in that Monday motivation group.
Okay, hold on a second. Now, I apologize because I had trouble. There's some folks who are on Meetup and not in WeChat. So let me add you there now.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I will do that, and you will be in here in one moment. All right, Sasha, do you want to introduce yourself for a moment?
Hello, guys. Sorry for being late. Uh, I'm a bit sick today, and the weirder thing is that I came back from Italy yesterday, so I hope it's not this coronavirus. Uh, I'm here in Montenegro. Here we still don't have cases, but
Where are you?
I
Where
could
are
be
you
the
now?
first one. I could be the first. I'm back home in Montenegro.
Montenegro.
Yeah,
Wow.
and yeah, I was in Italy for past a week. I was traveling a little bit, and there the things are getting crazier and crazier when it comes to virus. It's like third country in the world, considering number of cases. And I just came back, and I'm sick today after 2 years. I've never been sick in the last 2 years. I don't know what's going on today.
Wow. Are you self not quarantining, but are you on a 14-day stay inside thing?
No, no one asked me anything at the airport. I don't know what's going on. I guess they're not afraid.
Wow.
And I was thinking about going and to the hospital and telling them that I just came back, but I had a plan of going to Colombia in a week, and that would ruin my plans. But I don't know. Considering today's sickness, I might go and see what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. I want to go back on track here. But before we do that, I
Yeah.
wanted to say that look, if you don't go to the hospital, well, let me say they say don't
Yeah.
because they say stay home until you have symptoms, right? And then call the hospital
Yeah.
first because
Yeah.
you may infect some people, right?
Exactly. Maybe that's better. That's better idea. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
So let me be selfish, right? Man,
Yeah.
if you are sick though, you'll be the first person I know. I can tell my friends, okay, I got real life status for somebody who's sick, right?
Exactly. I don't know anyone who's sick already. I don't know anyone. But I doubt. I highly doubt that, because I think it's common cold, and I don't have this pneumonia like symptoms like pain here and chest. I mean, I'll see how it's gonna go today, but
Okay.
I don't think so. I think it's just a common flu.
Okay, so let me also introduce you. Luba, I think you have not met Sasha. So Sasha is I would say one of our most active coaches that we have in our group. He is usually the facilitator for our webinars, but he has been traveling. So I took back over this month. Sasha is going through his coaching program, and I don't know the proper name of it, but it's the Tony Robbins coaching program. What's the name, Sasha?
Robbins Medanes Score 100.
Yes, yes. So he is set to finish at some point. I know last November, December, Sasha was getting a lot of coaching practice with some people here in Shanghai. And Sasha, Luba actually has two hats, right? She has two hats on.
Okay.
One hat is just she's a executive coach on her own, right? But she also works for and Luba, correct me, but an organization that coaches or provides training for coaches, right?
Oh,
So
really?
yeah. So she's we're gonna be looking at her for some double support, right?
Nice. It's very interesting. I actually, yeah, Colin mentioned that we did some coaching practice, and first of all, I want to tell you he's not an easy client. He might be an easy conversationalist, but he's far from easy client. That was my experience. Anyway, I'm in the beginning, even though I started in September, so I would love to I'm constantly in the process of learning and getting new things, so it's definitely going to be interesting to get in touch when I come back, hopefully.
Great. So what we're doing, Sasha, we're going through and asking these three questions. So we started with Sheila, and she shared with us the status of her 2020 life coaching goals, how we can help her stay on track. And right now, we're helping her by providing ourselves as for peer coaching. And she's actually doing a great job as a peer coach to her fellow coaches as well. So let's continue on. Luba, do you want to go next? Sasha, you want to go next?
I can go next.
Yes, ladies first. Ladies first.
All right. Can you hear me, guys? All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So as I said, my first goal is to complete my PCC certification. So in terms of taking the course and getting a credential, I'm on track with the course. I have 2 mentorings left, and my exams will be scheduled. So it kind of, it's all arranged by my school. I don't have all the necessary hours for PCC yet. So that's my kind of dilemma, what I want to do and how fast I want to get the coaching hours, because I'm currently at 300 client hours and I need 500 client hours. So I don't count pro bono or any other demos that I do. So basically, I think what the strategy that I took from the very beginning is to try to get as much coaching practice as I can and try to work with as many different clients as I can.
Mhm.
So they were all business clients. I don't really have real kind of life coaching clients, but they were coming with all sorts of problems, not just one type of problem. So I'm thinking of kind of narrowing down and choosing a more specific niche, which is I I think it's 90% going to be confirmed that I'm going to be in leadership presence,
Mm.
um, and team coaching, right? Because I'm taking my certification for as a team coach. So I'm not quite sure which strategy to choose, whether to kind of keep working with a different kind of clients for the rest 200 hours and get my PCC as soon as I can, maybe by the end of this year, or to slow down and say no to clients who come with other issues apart from leadership presence and team coaching. This could slow me down a bit, but strategically, I guess it could be a better decision. So yeah, and I'm kind of not I haven't decided which of these strategies to pick for the rest to have, like whether I should start narrowing down right now or whether I should get the 200 hours and get my PCC by the end of this year and then probably um, transition to leadership presence and team coaching completely.
Mm. 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 So, question for you: after you get your PCC, what happens?
I guess for me, it's a kind of you know, it's a kind of a check mark in terms of that. It's a project that I started 2 years ago, and I really want, to put a full stop. And I think before I get it, it feels kind of incomplete. All right. So once I get a PCC, not much changes, right? I'll still keep coaching, and I'll still keep learning. I'll keep working on my coaching skills and coaching mastery. But to me, I'll just feel more complete when something is done.
Mm. Mm. And I guess you know why I asked you. I asked you it's because you mentioned
Yeah.
should you go fast or go slow. And so I'm curious as to what takes place after, because that may have some influence on how you go.
I don't think so, to be honest, because it's not that I'm gonna get more confidence after I get my PCC or whatever, because I'm already doing quite a few things, um, and yeah, so that's why I don't have the answer to this.
But you're more than halfway there, right? Where's your confidence level now?
My confidence level, or
Yeah,
what?
you mentioned a moment
Um,
ago, as you get, when you get your PCC, your confidence will be up, right? Where is it now?
no. I don't think my confidence level is linked to the credential,
Okay,
but maybe the amount of hours that I do.
yeah. Okay. So Sheila, Sasha, any feedback? I don't want to be the one to ask all the question. Any feedback? Okay, so let me keep going then, because I know of leadership, exec coaching, and team coaching. Now, team coaching is different from group coaching, correct?
Absolutely, it's totally different.
Thank you for saying that. Over the last 6 weeks, we've been looking to have a group coaching session for one of our for one of our webinars, and there's been a big debate as to is coaching a team at work group coaching. And my argument has been it's sort of different. At work, it's more team coaching. Outside of work, it's more group coaching. Well, strangers, it's more group coaching. But thank you for saying there's a difference. So leadership, exec, and team coaching, they're all still tied to the corporate side, to a business side. So to speak. Is that right?
Right, correct.
Yeah, yeah. And you want to stay in that lane.
Yeah, I really like it. I think because there's so much to it, and when you coach a leader, they definitely need to build their personal capacity, but they also need to be aligned with the company, and they need to be aligned with the team, and they need to, you know. So I think it's a really interesting work, and you never know um, where you might go with that.
Right.
So I think this is what I'm really attracted to.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's a lot of those people. I think leadership exec, very tied together. Last question, I think. Do you have milestones? For example, you have about 200 hours left. Are you saying, you know what, by May, I want to have these many hours completed? Do you have milestones set like that, or you just have to finish sort of the finish line?
Well, I think that's basically my question that I'm asking myself. Should I have this milestone?
Mm,
Because if I set my mind to getting my PCC by the end of the year, that will be easy to do with the clients that I currently have or
right,
the ones that I'm going to get, right? So I will be there by the end of the year. But should I just push for this, or should I just um, pause, kind of, or slow down and enter this specific niche and only focus on those kind of clients?
right.
And this may slow me down. So basically, my question is, should I have a milestone, or I should just focus on the niche?
Great questions, right? Great. You have a great question to yourself. So I lied to you. Here's my last question on this one, right? When are you going to make a decision?
Um, I think, well, just because I'm thinking about this kind of a lot these days or this month, and I'm working with my own coach on creating some. I've recently started creating KPIs for my
Mhm.
coaching business with my coach. So I think that as we go through this work, and I work more in my vision
Right.
for my coaching business and on the KPIs and the whole thing, I should get more clarity. I think by the time I'm done with my exam, so that's end of April, I should definitely have more clarity
Mhm.
about what I want to do.
So can I make a note to reach back out to you on a date and say, hey, I'm looking forward to hearing a decision. What's your decision?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Um, yeah, last weekend of April would be good.
Okay. Well, what's that date? What's that date?
There'll be, okay, so April the 27th is Monday,
Okay.
and this is the day when I hopefully would have will have completed the first module of coach training in Guangzhou, and then I'll be, you know, really relaxed, and I think I should have all the answers by then.
April 27th.
Right.
Okay. I'm putting my pink highlighter on it to make sure after this call, I put it in the calendar. And just so you know, I absolutely will reach out to you in the group form and saying, hey, everybody, let's congratulate her, right? So making a note here. Great. Now, I do know that the hours for PCC aren't peer coaching, right? This is paid client work. So I'm not sure how we can help you there, but how can we help you with your goals here? What can we do to help you? Luba, you there?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah.
So, what um, what do you think might help me?
Sasha, what do you think?
Uh, maybe coaching lessons. I don't know.
Now the lesson. Now I want to make sure. So you have to have paid clients, correct? Not peer coaching, correct?
Exactly. It's weird for me to be asked that question. It's usually, the coach that asks client, what do you need to reach your goals? Now
Yeah.
it seems like as we have to give advice, which we don't do, right?
Yeah, but remember,
but
this is
but
not coaching.
but yeah, I know. But I personally think that I'm terrible person at the moment to give advice on that, because I'm lagging behind on all my goals, which I'm gonna get into soon. But I guess Colin once told me, you're gonna start waking up early when you have to, not when you should to. So I guess when it becomes must, we'll act upon it. I guess.
Hmm. Do you need any do you need to practice anything? I mean, for your team coaching, do you need to do any practice before you go live with a team or anything like that?
Absolutely, actually, this is what I need. I need more because I haven't even started getting any team engagements this year because I'm focused on my exam and whatnot. But yeah, it would be really great if you, I could do some pro bono work for teams or virtual teams,
Right.
and yeah, so maybe I could use some support there. If you have an idea of who might be interested in having a pro bono engagement for me to get more exposure to teams
Right.
or
Right.
virtual teams, I'd be very, very happy to get connected with them.
Yeah, and just for clarification's sake, how do you define a team?
Team, so first of all, a team can't be big, all right, maybe 8 people max. But one of the most important qualities for a team is that a team has to be interdependent. If people at work are not interdependent, they don't have to be a team. They can be a work group, for example. Okay. They can still do a lot of work together and work effectively, but what defines a team is interdependence, that they can't um, do
Function.
without each other.
Okay, so this is tied
So
more.
that each member, right, does something that another person on the team can't do. All right. If one person is out and the team doesn't notice it, it's not a team.
Right, right. Okay, I got you here. So this really needs to be a team working on a common goal that they work together, right? Okay,
Absolutely.
okay. So as far as how we can help is to really find you a team a team that needs coaching. And the great thing about it, which they're going to love, and also lower the barrier, it's free, right? So okay, free coaching to a team. Yeah, so I think I can definitely put some feelers out there to see how we can find an 8-person small team that can use your help.
Sounds amazing. Thank you.
Any other ways, Sheila? Any ideas on your side?
For her?
Yeah, any idea is a good idea.
Okay. Okay, so I mean, whatever she said, I mean, it's good. Like if she gets an exposure, like if she gets a team to coach on, I think that would be great, and everybody would love to help her in that way for the
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what? If you said group coaching, well, shoot, I got a group for you that needs some coaching. But you said team coaching, so I'll focus on team coaching. Okay. So we have one idea here, and I can commit to putting something out there by the end of this week. One second here. Okay. All right. All right. And the last one here, right? How are you helping other life coaches reach their goals?
Okay. Well, I'm new to this community, so I haven't done anything yet. But I do help other life coaches in my area a lot because I am running a lot of events myself. And well, as a coach trainer, right, and as a coach training provider. But I also welcome those coaches who are not part of our training program or who are already trained but just need more exposure and more practice. So I have free open workshops
Mm.
that they can join to interact with other people who need support just, in a mastermind format or do some group work. I'm also very open to, well, just talking and providing some supportive and advice. So I've met some aspiring coaches here in Guangzhou
Right.
just to talk to them about starting their life coaching business and whatever doubts they have. Okay, and yeah, as a trainer, I think I often act as a resource,
Okay.
especially everything that's IECF related and competencies, or some books, some courses, some professional development opportunities, because I do a lot of research on this, like what other professional development opportunities there are for coaching professionals, especially virtually, as I think here locally in China our options are still limited. So I do a lot of research on that, and I'm happy to act as a resource to those who need some support.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's great. You are definitely giving back. I call it giving back. And, just like Sheila, the key here is you don't have to help coaches that are in our collective. Help any coach, right? Which is what you guys are doing. So I think that's great. I apologize. My ideas come sometimes. I want to just jump back to number 2 really quick on how we can help you. Um, are you shy?
No, no, no.
Good.
I mean, I do a lot of public events as a rule, right? So I'm okay with being in meeting new people
Okay.
and connecting with new people. If this answers your question.
Yeah, yeah. And the reason is, I know we have, I think I told you here in Shanghai, there are a number of different, I call them WeChat coaching groups, right? I know about 4 off the top of my head, and a lot of coaches a lot of coaches are tied there. We also and that may be a good place to say, hey, coaches, look, I'm doing my team coaching, and I'm looking for a team to coach, right? Yada yada yada, and you may get some feelers there as well. What do you think?
Yeah, so sounds like a great idea. I'm just trying not to over commit to too much because I have this exam and coach training
Yeah,
coming
yeah, yeah,
in a couple of months.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'd be very happy to start this after this is all done.
Yeah, the good thing there is, once you put it out there, once you find a good team to coach as far as the practice, you can tell other folks, hey, look, guys, I got a waiting list or I don't have time. You can always tell them thanks but no thanks, right? The goal here is to get that first group to help you do, right? So you can always say, hey, now's not a good time, thank you, right? You control that part.
Okay, thank you for your suggestions.
Yeah, just ideas. Okay, all right. Any other pieces of feedback for Lou before we move on? All right, Sasha, you want to go next?
Yes, thank
All
you.
right.
I was kind of lost. I was late for this call, so I was not totally into your talk, Luba. Sorry for that. I didn't follow also the way we start our. I just need to say my goals and how is it going, right?
Yeah. So if you look at the screen here, I'm not sure if you can see the screen. The
I,
same questions I put in the WeChat, right? The status of your 2020 coaching goals, how we can help you stay on track and get started, and then how are you helping other life coaches reach their goals?
yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at your faces, guys. I didn't see this as well.
No problem.
As I said before, since I left China 1st of February, I'm lagging behind all of my goals. I had 3 goals, which is to read a book a day, to meditate 2 hours a day, and to walk 10 kilometers. They are not coaching goals, but I think they can be related to coaching as a way of improving my skills of being present and learning. However, I believe the reason why I am not following through is this uncertainty that I had with me coming back to China and not settling for last month already, a little bit more. I went to 3 different countries. I was denied my entrance to India, and all this together, I think this uncertainty made me not being able to follow through the goals I've set. Let me see. How can you help me stay on track? I have no idea. And I don't think I actually need help at the moment, because the plan was to start today. But since I woke up with this cold of mine, I was late and I didn't start today. So next plan is to start after I finish this call.
Yeah.
But I honestly have no idea how you guys can help me, because it's not related to anything that I need help from the outside. It's just me having to start doing it.
Yeah. So can I
go.
Yeah. So,
please.
so I first of all, I apologize for interrupting you, but I want to jump back.
No.
Up, right.
Please.
So, first of all, congratulations, right? Because you're on this webinar for a reason. Because now, as we're doing our checkpoint, right, we see that you haven't started, and now you have some momentum from this call to get started, and you're not on schedule, right? You said you're going to start today. You're supposed to start these before months ago, right? Last month.
Yeah.
So you're not on schedule. You're behind schedule.
No.
You reset, right? You reset start now, which is good, but we can absolutely help you, because we can ask you questions like, I think you mentioned that the reason why you haven't read the book, meditated, or walked was because your mindset, right? You're little disappointed going off schedule.
Yeah.
And now you're sick, right? So you might now have that same mindset. So maybe we can give you some feedback to help you get motivated, and say to yourself, you know what, no matter what, I'm going to read a chapter, maybe not a book a day, read a chapter a day. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to do something. So I think that we can help you. I'm going to step back, see if Luba or Sheila have any advice on how we can help you get started.
Well, I think something that's helped me a lot is to letting go of the perfectionist in us, who says that you need to, if you meditate, you need to meditate for 30 minutes. If you read, you need to read a chapter. If you run, you need to run a mile or whatever. Just set a tiny goals. So just meditate or just create some mind headspace for about 5 minutes. Read for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Okay, and anything you do, just make it so tiny and small that you can't really fail it. I think setting these really small steps relieves some pressure, and it just becomes less stressful in my experience. So we see that we often have extra 5 or 10 minutes to do some stuff.
Thank you, guys. I'm very aware of all of that. I actually these things that I'm doing, most of it I did last year. So the reason I don't think it's difficult to do it. I just think the thing that I was traveling all the time didn't help me, and I was moving from one place to the other. I mean, this is probably just an excuse, but it's I think it's a strong excuse. I was reading a little bit, and thank you for this perfectionist thing. I think I was struggling with that a little bit less now, but still it's still there. And I was reading, and I was walking, and I was meditating, but not as much as I said in the beginning. So the point is, when we set the goal, to stick to them, right? To reach them.
Yeah.
And that's what it's not even about the goal, it's about that process and what we're going to become. So I think I just need to start doing it, you know. Because I have time. It's not that I don't have time.
Right.
It's, as Colin said, it's mindset, and I believe I just need the momentum that, as Colin said, I might have here right now. And this call, it's not bothering me when it comes to mindset. It's more like this uncertainty of not knowing what's going to happen next. I'm still waiting for this thing. I might go to Colombia next week, but that's not excuse not to do it now, you know, today, tomorrow, after tomorrow, until I leave.
Right.
And then deal with it when I'm there, or if I'm there. But definitely a perfectionist thing is bothering me a little bit, because I can be perfect since I'm not in my natural environment and where I used to do all of this in China. And I'll definitely think about it. But I think it's a great moment to start doing it right after this call. And I'll send you a message in the group after I meditate for 1 hour.
Yeah, great. Now, I'll tell you, Sasha. You know, I want to hear back from you saying you did it 5 days in a row. Forget one day, right? I mean, 5 days in a row.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you
Definitely,
a question.
definitely.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go
go ahead. You go.
Ladies first.
Lumba.
Ladies first.
Okay. Another thing that came to my mind as I was listening to you is because, you know, because of all the circumstances that you're not in control of, right? So this common cold, and then your trip to Colombia, and, you know, you sounds like you're facing this lot of uncertainty. And from what I've observed, a lot of people don't, you know, take uncertainty so well. So creating some small habits, even for 5 minutes, your own routine that you could stick off, could really help create this feeling of control that you have over something in your life. So it's not like all about the circumstances, and it's all about, whether I'm lucky or not lucky, whether something works out or doesn't work out. So you'll know that there are things in your day that will 100% work out just because that's your plan and you're going to do this. So this, just this could create this
Sense
feeling
of
of being in
accomplishment.
control of
Yeah,
something, right?
yeah, yeah.
And this could really help improve some perseverance, or maybe just in face of all this uncertainty, can
Yeah.
can serve as a good support.
Definitely, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Sheila, you want to add something? Can't hear you.
I said I lost the track of, in between there was internet disconnection.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so actually, what it was on that, like everyone was talking about, I lost that track.
So Sasha, give a quick recap.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. I saw you left for a second. It's just that I'm not following through my goals. I had the goals of meditating daily, walking daily, and reading, and this uncertainty that I have at the moment of me not knowing when I'm gonna go back to China, if I'm gonna get back to China, being on the road constantly makes me not follow through my goals. And Luba and Colin were giving me some advice and feedback on that.
So while Sheila's clicking, let me ask a question here. If you don't get these done, what's the consequence?
I'm not gonna reach my goals.
Well, I mean, the goal is to read a book a day, right? If you
No,
don't
a book
do
a
that,
week. Sorry, a book a week.
okay,
It's too much
okay.
a day. A book a day is too much.
Okay, okay. So if you don't meditate daily, what's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
consequence? What's the consequence?
The consequence of not meditating daily is that I'm not gonna be more resilient. I'm not gonna be wiser. I'm not gonna be more concentrated. I'm not gonna be less anxious, less depressed, less. I think there are big consequences of not meditating.
So like the last 5 days, how often you meditate?
None.
And you look great right now. So are the consequences that bad?
Yeah, as you can see, I even got common cold.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I stopped meditating after I left Rome, which was on Monday, last Monday. And up to that point, I was meditating every day since I set the goal New Year. It was not as much as I wanted, but I was meditating every day. Then I left, and I just need to resume now today.
Yeah.
But the consequences are
real.
I believe it affects me a lot. I'm a different person when I meditate and when I don't meditate. And I face everything differently. This uncertainty I would face differently if I was meditating. And all this, I think it helps me get on the track, that feeling that I have and all the side benefits from meditation.
Yeah, that's a good one there. It helps keep you. If you meditated, you might be more going through a little better. I think that's strong.
Definitely.
So look, how can we help you? I can say, Sasha, did you meditate today, right? But I don't think that's going to help you stay on track, right? Right. That's not you taking accountability. That's me sort of,
Yeah.
I don't think that's
As I said, it's very difficult for someone to help me since my goal is not related to any external help. I just need to sit and read, go and walk, sit and meditate, and having someone telling me, oh, today at this time you need to sit and meditate, there is no point in having that kind of accountability on a daily basis. I mean, we should be
yeah. Well, look at like this, man. If you're actively coaching right now, and and you're going into your coaching
Yeah.
sessions not in a
Yeah.
good mindset, that's going to impact
Yeah.
how you coach your clients, right?
Yeah. For
And
sure.
I don't know if you're actively coaching. You haven't given us an update on your Robbins Maidens
Yeah.
core.
Yeah.
If you are actively coaching folks, then maybe that's a
Yeah.
driver for you to really make sure you do meditate. Maybe not meditate and read the same day. I don't know, but make sure you do
Yeah.
meditate to make sure you're giving your clients, your full attention and your open mindedness.
Definitely. When it comes to Robbins Medanes, I left my computer back to Shanghai because I was planning to go back after I finished traveling in China, but I didn't even travel in China. I went to the other country, and then from that other country, I didn't go back to China. So anyway, my computer is there, and it's linked to my course because I have all my forms that I need
Right.
to send to them in order to graduate on my computer. But still, it's like 2 modules left, which is maybe 2-3 weeks to finish the program. So I don't think that's gonna be. This is just like a formality for me to finish with all courses, and then once I get back to my computer, to just send them as a proof of graduation.
Okay. So Sasha, here's what I can do for you, right? Because I want to make sure we do provide some support. I can offer you, just as Luba did, right? But I can offer you, a few free coaching sessions, right? For you to get over the hump. Seriously, right? For you to get over the hump. As a coach, we need to have coaches also, and it can't hurt, right? It cannot hurt.
I accept.
Yeah. Okay. So let me make a note here. So after the call, we'll coordinate the time, right?
Yes.
And you can finally see me as a coach as opposed to a coachee, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you as much hard time as you gave to me.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? All you're doing help me build up, right? So I appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go into, I need to, okay, last one. How are you helping other life coaches reach their goals?
For past month, I was not, I don't think I helped in any particular way any life coach. I had this talk of mine on Monday morning motivation, and I honestly hope that helped to someone. I guess there were a few life coaches on the call, and that might be the way I helped. I contributed in a certain way, but I was not in. I'm in touch with many life coaches, and I try to give my advice whenever they need it. So even though I think I didn't contribute in any way, I guess just by being there, communicating, talking in these uncertain moments when we don't know what's going to be next is a way of helping and contributing to something. When it comes to our life coaching group, I was facilitator, right, for the one webinar. So another contribution of mine.
Right.
And yeah.
Okay, so Luba, Sheila, you guys accept that? That was kind of,
That was kind of, you need to elaborate on this, please.
Yeah. I don't know, Sasha. I don't know. I think we could do better, man. I don't know.
It was not enough?
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I gave a presentation, and there were some life coaches in the audience. So maybe that helps.
I think that if it's currently a little bit challenges to establish a routine or a habit, a small commitment is good enough to start, because if the commitment is overwhelming, that can make the habit formation even more challenging.
Yeah.
I forgot now. I was coaching some life coaches for free, but that's mutual. I don't know. Does it count as a help?
Right.
If because they're helping me by letting me coach them. and I was helping another coach, and that I forgot about it, because she needs some hours. She's a somatic coach, and she needs some hours in order to graduate. So I offered myself to be her coachee, and that was definitely
Well, those
my
are real. Those are
contribution.
great. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are real. That's great.
Yeah. I'm not thinking about it on. I never thought about it, so it was difficult for me to come to my mind. But I think I did my share of help and contribution in this 2020. I was never aware. I didn't look in that way, I guess. So it was difficult for me to recall. But I definitely did.
Yeah, we never asked this before, right? Right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I wanted to add that one because service, right? One of the things
Yeah.
we got to give in order to get. So we'll keep that there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody have any other comments or feedback for Sasha before I share mine and we close the call? We want to close on time. Okay. So
actually, I have a question, Colin.
Yep.
I have a question. Like I have it for tomorrow is my class. So I wrote a question for my teacher, for my mentor tomorrow. But I want to ask you that how many sessions it can take. For example, someone has come to us with a goal. And how are we going to decide that how many sessions this goal will take? I mean, it's for us to decide.
Yeah, that's a great question. Luba, you want to touch on it, or should I touch on it?
Yeah, I can touch on it if you'd like. So as coaches, I'm speaking of coaching from the ICF perspective. As coaches, we co-create goals with clients. So we are not to decide for them how long it takes. However, when they come to us, it may be challenging for them to see, how long they need or how complex the goal is. So our role is to help them explore the goal from different perspectives and see, what's possible, what's realistic. SMART is a good acronym that I'm sure you know, right? So specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So you can help them think about their probably the changes that they're hoping to see, kind of a strategic vision, and see what kind of goals this can be broken down to, and then explore with them how, so help them co-create those SMART goals and see how long it should take, what the ideal result looks like for them, and visualize that first, and then kind of plan backwards. There are different situations. Sometimes clients have a goal that has a milestone or a deadline. For example, they need to relocate in 2 or 3 months, or they know they're going to change their job in 2 or 3 months, so they only have this much, right? Or sometimes there are some external circumstances that define when the goal needs to be accomplished, and they just plan the pace together with you, how fast they should work on it. Sometimes when a goal is open, all right, help them establish some measures. Okay, but this is a co-creation and exploration process, I'd say.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Sheila, I'm going to add, and I think Luba added a great feedback from the coaching side. I'm going to add feedback from the business side, right? So from the business side, when you think about entering into a coaching contract with a client, it's usually closed, right? Meaning we're going to coach for 3 months, we're going to coach for 6 months, we're going to have X amount of sessions. So I like doing I have 3, 6, 9 months coaching, right? I think it is. Anyway, but the bottom line is when you have a closed date, the goal there is to reach the goal by that point. If you don't reach it, you can extend it. But that allows you guys to have to understand the timing of it, because it's very hard to sell a coaching contract or a coaching package saying we're going to coach until we solve the goal. right? Because then your client, your client may think you're just trying to extend it. But if you say we have 3 months, unlimited sessions, we have 3 months, maximum one session per week, you then sort of have a target. So you can do it either way, but I like making sure the client understands either how many coaching sessions they paid for, or the overall duration in months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
No problem. I hope that helps. So, guys, I want to quickly, you guys know we like closing on time. Go into my goals that I set for the year. Let me go back to my page here. Uh, so I set a number of goals for the year, and I think I may have told most of you guys that in 2020 I am being what I would say unreasonably aggressive, right? Because I'm trying to go beyond what I went last year. And I had a great 2019. So my goals for, I would say, the first quarter of this year, which is probably going to go to April, is really to establish a portfolio of revenue sources tied to coaching. We have one-on-one coaching, group coaching, active and passive methods of coaching, right? Email coaching, which I think is, email sort of lessons, so to speak. Other online methods of getting, such as selling a complete package online, where they're getting the coaching, the coaching lessons weekly, daily, whatever that may be. But I want to have more coaching streams as opposed to just one-on-one coaching. So if I look at one-on-one, I'm fine there. Group coaching, what I've been doing is I'm doing research online as to what is group coaching, how you deliver it. I went back and talked to some of my coaching mentors on how they conduct group coaching. So I'm doing two things: research and talking to coaches who have done a lot of group coaching to understand a few things: how to formalize coaching the way I want to do it, how to package it, how to conduct it. I've also signed up for group coaching on Facebook and WeChat, not so much because I want to achieve the goal of the group, but because more I want to understand how the coach is delivering it via WeChat, via Facebook, and seeing if the way they do it is something that I'm comfortable doing. So I'm doing that also when it comes to understanding how to design coaching packages. We had Coach Kanisha in January share how she creates her coaching packages. So I've never been one to want to do a coaching package online and say, here's my 5 steps on how to do A, B, and C. I'm not a fan of that, but I do understand that you need to have, not you need to, but it helps to have a portfolio of products for people who have an interest. I can't assume they don't want that. Also building up my email mailing list. So again, I am looking at and talking to coaches who have done this already. I have deadlines. I have a deadline for the end of March to gain at least 5 new clients in those, not one-on-one, I'm fine there, but either through an online package, building up my email list. So that's what I'm doing. Again, I'm being very proactive. I'm on this on a daily basis. And right now I guess you can say, I'm in the research phase, meaning talking to coaches and doing my research online. How can you help? How can you guys help me stay on track or get started? How can you guys help me stay on track?
Who's
How
wants to
can you
go
guys
first?
help me?
You can share your success or anything with us so that we can appreciate you, motivate you in that way.
Okay, I'm motivated though. I'm already motivated.
I have a few questions.
Yeah.
So now is the research phase. When this phase ends, and what is the next one?
Yeah, great question. I think the research phase, I want to say that should end probably by Monday. Research should end. I should start creating my first set of content early next week. I have some white labeled articles that I'm going to be changing up to be more from myself as an author. I also should have my first email, my first product to build up my email list by the end of next week.
Okay, so after this phase is like creation phase. Let's call it
Creation
like
phase.
that. You're already starting, right?
Yeah, I'll be starting the actual creation next week.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And do you have any other deadlines except the one for end of March?
Well, no, because I have my yearly goals, but I like to cut them down to phases. So I think this gives me time to slip if I do slip. I also do have some of the goals you see on the screen here, right? Some goals for the collective itself, which we're not going to have time to get into today. But yeah, how can you help me, Sasha?
Well, if there is a way, if you think I can help you in some way, I'm at your disposition. You just need to ask me. If I think I need to think about this a little bit. Nothing comes to my mind right away, but I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you by end of today with my suggestions.
Okay. I do have an idea on how you guys can help me, but I'll wait. Luba, Sheila, any ideas on how you guys can help? I need help, by the way.
You tell us, how can we help you?
Well, Luba, you have an idea first?
I'm actually trained in group coaching, and I have created my own group coaching program, and I ran it last year. So maybe if you have a question about how it works, or would like some insight, or if there is something I can do to support you with your research phase or a more practical kind of application stage, feel free to get in touch, to reach out to me, and we can chat about this.
Ding, 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 ding. Thank you. And let me tell you, yes, I will, because I have so many questions, right? I get questions from other people, so thank you. And Sasha, going back to, and Sheila, how you guys can help me. When I create these packages, take a look at them, right? And let me know, do they sound interesting, right? When I write my first set of articles, I'm gonna send them to you guys first. Give me some feedback, right? And Sasha, you like to say you want real feedback. Don't sugarcoat it, right? I want real feedback. I want real feedback as well. So that's the way you guys can definitely help me, because I'm not so confident in my ability to write. Okay, so I definitely need to get a lot of feedback and a lot of, because when I write like how I think it sounds, not how it actually reads. So I can definitely get your feedback there. And Luba, I will reach out to you by the end of this week to find some time to talk strictly about group coaching.
Sounds good.
Great.
Count me.
Yeah.
Great. How am I? Let me say this also, that I talked about being unreasonable this year. My energy is high. Now I know one of the goals I had also was to sort of better. This may not sound good, but sort of distance myself from part-time coaches and full-time coaches, right? Because I found part-time coaches, full-time coaches approach their building their practice differently. Full-time coaches are much more proactive and aggressive, because they need to succeed in order to have a lifestyle. Whereas part-time coaches may still have income, so they may not be as proactive. So I want to make sure that I'm spending most of my time with those coaches who are being very, very proactive. Not saying that I'm not going to spend time with the part-time coaches, but the group you spend more time with, you get those sort of results. So I want to make sure I'm doing that as well. Now I say that to say that with that, I'm being very, very proactive, right? I'm enjoying this journey of building a business. As Sasha will tell you, I have no doubt of success, right? I don't doubt that. My only question is when, right? I feel like I've already succeeded, but I want bigger success. When? So as we continue to go, I'm going to be looking to you guys for support, for feedback, and I hope that you guys will freely give that support and feedback. And I want to thank you guys ahead of time.
Yeah,
Great.
sure.
Up for that.
Yeah. And okay, so any other comments or questions to me before we? Well, how am I helping other life coaches to reach their goals? Um, I think one, the collective, having this forum, this group, I think we haven't had as many folks on this call as usual. Usually we have about 5 or 6, not too many more, right? But I want to make sure that this collective actually adds value. So we are doing some things. I have met with Coach Sherry, and we're doing things. We have a survey coming out to find out how we can better be a resource for coaches. And we want to make sure that we're being a resource for active coaches who are being active. So hopefully we'll continue to help life coaches reach their goals by having this forum where coaches can come together and get assistance from other coaches and learn and teach. All right. So let's now go to, we have a great workshop planned for next month. And Sasha, I've learned some lessons. We're getting our commitments ahead of time, right? Right. So we have Jeff Havenfrance, who is an executive team coach and facilitator. We were on during the virus time here a few weeks ago, maybe early February. One of the coaching groups, he had an idea of getting some coaches together, and he was demoing his coaching supervisor, his coaching supervision practice or method, and it was a very eye-opening call. I've been in peer coaching, I've been in mentor coaching calls before, but I've never been in a coaching supervision call, and I think this is a great tool for coaches to use, where you're getting good feedback from other coaches and the coaching supervisor. So he'll be going through that with an actual demo in our April webinar. Meaning he'll have one of our coaches. We'll give him a case, right, and we'll all spend some time giving feedback to that coach and whatnot. So I'm looking very, very forward to this. When I went through this with Coach Sherry last month, I said we got to get you on, and he humbly said that he'll join us. So we have that next month. We're looking forward to having Coach Jeff with us. You guys know how to contact and join. I think all of you are now in the WeChat group. And Sheila, I apologize to you because I thought I added you to that group a while ago. So one thing that we do ask, Sheila, you now have that group there. Just introduce yourself. Tell the folks, hey, yada, yada, who you are and what you're doing. And Sasha, just so you know, well, Sheila, you might not know this. Sasha had planned to travel to India with his brother. He couldn't make it. They couldn't make it due to the fact they came from China. And Sasha, Sheila is now back in India. So maybe she'll bring you back a trinket, a little tourist piece of something, India magnet to put on your fridge or something.
yeah. It was not meant for me this time. Maybe next time, Sheila.
Yeah.
So when are you planning to come here? Are you?
I went to the airport of Mumbai 20 days ago, but they rejected my entrance, so I had to go back. But next time, I'm not sure when it's gonna be.
Definitely,
yeah. Okay, guys. I want to say again, thank you guys for joining. I enjoy these checkpoints, right? Because we get a chance to really talk and motivate and push. And all the commitments that you guys have made, I'm quite sure you'll meet them. All the ones I've made to you guys, I 100% will make those commitments. So before we close the call, does anybody have any closing comments?
Thank you for your help, guys. I joined late, but I definitely get a lot of value from today, and I feel I'm gonna restart my walk towards my goals, and I want to thank you guys for today's value that I get out of this call.
Yeah. Thank you, Colin. Thank you for this session. It motivated me a lot, and thank you, Luba, for being here, and thank you, Sasha. And Sasha, take care of yourself. Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, take good care. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you everyone for your contributions and helpful suggestions and for just inviting me to your local group.
Yeah. So look, guys, have a great week, and we'll talk again soon.
All right.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
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 See you.